Have you seen the latest episode? I did, and it was amazing. This episode was full of tension, and I don't know if the season finale will wipe half of the town out or not, but I know that it will be epic. The episode starts with the man who's covered in blood, Reggie. All we know about him is that he's been living in Sarah's house for some time, and that's all. In this episode, we see his roommate Paula is dead, and as for how she died, it's pretty scary. We learn that she was sleeping and probably having a nightmare. She was talking in her sleep, and she said these famous words: "They touch, they break, they steal. No one here is free." We know these creepy words from Kenny's dream, and now sleeping is pretty dangerous in this town. Moreover, you don't even need to sleep to get attacked. Because in this episode, we saw 3 more characters who were attacked by invisible cicadas, and as far as I could see, they were pretty awake. We'll get there, but first let's start with Jim and Randall, the worst duo on the show. In this episode, we see them having an argument because Randall took it too far and tied Donna to a tree. Jim seems purely shocked because of his actions. When he tries to untie Donna, Randall pulls a knife at him, but fortunately, Boyd shows up and saves the day. He says they should go back, but Randall, our genius Sherlock, throws the car keys into the forest and leaves people no other choice but to spend the night in Jim's RV. We see there's tension because of Randall, and he still doesn't believe that the people in this town are innocent and they're actually not involved in an experiment. When the day's over, we see the monsters begin to get closer to the RV, and Boyd decides to give his bile-covered bullets a shot. But something's wrong, because the monsters suddenly stop at a safe distance, and at this point, we hear the music box, which is like the worst sign ever. We all know that nothing good happens after people hear the music box, and it's like a warning about the upcoming danger. Then, suddenly we hear that someone or something is moving underneath the RV. As they get prepared to run, Randall suddenly breaks the window and runs away without them. Randall, hopefully I'm not the only one who hates you. Anyways, he gets what he deserves. Because while Boyd, Donna, and Jim make it back to the car, he falls behind and he's kind of lost in the forest. Just as I thought he would finally believe that people actually die because of the monsters, cicadas attacked him. I'm not sure if he's dead or alive, but I know that he learned his lesson. Meanwhile, we see that Boyd's bullets don't kill monsters even though they were dipped in bile. What a shame. I really believed that the bile might solve the monster problem. But let's not forget that it took some time for Smiley to die. So maybe we need some time for bullets to work. Also, as Boyd is about to get out of the RV, he sees his deceased wife, Abby. She tells him to go back to her, and I really don't have a clue what she's talking about. Does she mean her grave? Because last time I checked, she was still dead. Or maybe she's talking about the depths of the forest? What do you think? Now, let's see what other characters went through, shall we? We see that Kenny decides to take care of Sarah because nobody should fall asleep as it's pretty dangerous. Sarah has a theory. She believes that the dead people's biggest fears become a part of this forest. She's obsessed with this theory because Nathan, her deceased brother, used to be terrified of cicadas, and when he was a kid, he believed they were monsters. So she thinks the reason behind cicadas' arrival is because of Nathan's fear. Is that even possible? I think it might. People may manifest bad things via their dreams or fears in this town. What do you think? In another scene, we see Tabitha and Jade go through Victor's and Eloise's drawings one by one. Jade shows her a Civil War soldier drawing, and they're the same soldiers that chased and attacked Jade in his vision. Then Tabitha shows Jade the lighthouse drawing, and she thinks the monster kids were the same children that Victor's mom tried to save. I think there's a loop in this town, and certain incidents keep happening after a period of time. Maybe people who ended up dying reincarnate and arrive in the town one way or another. As for the visions, they might be pieces of memories from their previous lives. What do you think? Now let's talk about the second person who got attacked by the cicadas. It's Julie. To be fair, she's not my favorite character, but I hate the idea that she may die. Unlike the rest of her family, she doesn't add anything to the story, but she means no harm and she is more mature than before now, so we may keep her. We see that she's attacked by invisible cicadas and she struggles to breathe. Previously, we saw them going into Randall's mouth, so they probably choke people to death. But the thing is, I don't think she's dead. It's like she's going into some kind of trance or something. And I believe the third person who got attacked is a solid proof of my theory. Yes, I'm talking about Marielle. In this episode, she's also attacked by those pesky creatures, and we see that they are invisible to others while the victim sees and feels them. The interesting thing here is definitely her eyes, because they turn into a grayish color as if she's been dead for a long time. At first, even though I found that sudden color change weird, I thought she was gone. But then Boyd said she's still breathing. So I believe she'll live, but she'll stay unresponsive for a while because she's in trance. Another thing is, the cicadas may turn people into monsters. Marie's eyes reminded me of the sleeping monsters in the tunnels, so if this is the case, the settlers are in great danger. Cicadas will probably hurt more people in the future, and I believe the only way to fix it might be to find and sacrifice those 3 people who touch, break, and steal to the lighthouse. As you may remember, there were 2 more bodies, well, skeletons actually, near Martin. Now that Martin is gone, the dungeon must be empty. I believe 3 people need to replace those bodies, and then the music box will stop. If it continues to play that creepy song, things will get only worse. In this episode, we also get to learn Elgin's dream a little. In his dream, he saw Boy in White, and he said the exact same things we heard from Kenny's dream. A woman hears these words and says it's actually a lullaby. So what does that mean? What kind of a lullaby is that? What do you think about the 3 people who touch, break, and steal? Who are they and what's their duty? Don't forget to share your theories with me. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and share it. You can also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.